This is an absolute steal for the Boston Bruins, but at what cost? Reports have linked Vladislav Gavrikov to the Boston Bruins in this offseason as a signing to add to this lackluster defense that we have here in this offseason. I'm going to be breaking this down, as well as a very concerning factor that fans are worried about regarding this signing. We're going to be talking about all of that here in this video. Very quickly, before we get into it though, we're on the road to 7K, and we know that a percent of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're looking for a spot for, first of all, your Boston Bruins news, but your daily Boston Bruins news as we head into this May 5th draft lottery, as well as the rest of the offseason news, you're in the right spot. Hit the sub button, join me here on the channel. We're covering everything Boston Bruins. Without any further ado, let's get into this first screenshot here, going over what we have kind of regarding Vladislav Gavrikov. And says one area where the Bruins should focus on improving this summer is their defense. After trading Brandon Carlo to the Toronto Maple Leafs at the deadline, the Bruins should be looking to bring in a steady top four defenseman. One pending UFA who stands out as a possible target for the Bruins is Los Angeles Kings blue liner Vladislav Gavrikov. Now, Gavrikov, we had a good look at him here so far in these playoffs, has played pretty decent. He's been playing pretty good all year on an LA Kings team that is, quite honestly, a phenomenal team. As much as I hate to admit it, they are a very, very good team. And Vladislav Gavrikov, although could be a possible signing for the Boston Bruins here in this case, one concerning factor about him regarding the price, which we will touch on later, is a lot of people are considering him not a fit due to him being a left defenseman. Now, he is a left defenseman, he is a left shot, but has played quite a bit of right defense for this LA Kings team here in this season, and the way the Bruins are looking at it, they're looking for a right-handed defenseman to add to this lineup here, along with what could be Henri Jokiharju, as well as Charlie McAvoy once he returns to this Boston Bruins lineup. And of course, we have all offseason to kind of figure out what we're going to be doing with the defense, but Gavrikov is a great first opinion here, and the top four possibility is there, but once again, Henri Jokiharju played very, very good here with Nikita Zadorov here at the end of the season after the deadline, and I wouldn't mind seeing that once again, as it does come down to next season when we work things out. And of course, UFA for Henri Jokiharju, so nothing is confirmed to this point, but when we're looking at the possible defense, the way that things are made, created here, I'll pull up the defense that we have on the Bruins right now. Andrew Peeke, Henri Jokiharju, and Parker Wotherspoon is what we're currently running with right now on that right side. This is seemingly assuming that Henri Jokiharju doesn't re-sign, because of course Charlie McAvoy will be put back in here as well. This is going off the last game of the Bruins season, so we know that there is a very big hole right here, as well as Elias Lindholm on the left side. But adding those two immediately kind of revamps this defense. The left side with Elias Lindholm, Nikita Zadorov, and Mason Lohrei is perfect. I absolutely love that pairing, and of course, we're needing to get the right pairings made to make everybody play well. I think Lindholm and McAvoy on a first line would be good. Zadorov, Jokiharju played well, and that could be altered in any way. And Mason Lohrei with, whoever it would be, I doubt it's Parker Wotherspoon, maybe an Andrew Peeke, maybe an Vladislav Gavrikov, would be a great fit here. But when it comes back to it, the Bruins were also one of the teams connected to Gavrikov leading up to the 2023 NHL trade deadline before the Kings acquired him from the Blue Jackets, which Joonas Korpisalo was dealt on that deal. That was not a very long time ago, so it should be understandable if the Bruins expressed interest in it yet again this summer. It will be interesting to see if they pursue him from here. And going back to that linking, it shows the Bruins are actively trying to get him, or were actively trying to get him, I should say, and really would line up in the sense of trying to get him once again. A free agent now, has proved his worth, has really shown that in a system where we're getting good defense. In the LA Kings, they have a very defensive team. Goes to show that we could also see that with a Boston Bruins organization, pairing with the right defenseman. It goes to show as well that he can play both sides on defense. It works out very well, and kind of having that ability to go out and have that bit of depth there for playing left side and right side if there were to be an injury, really, really good decision there from the Bruins if they were to go out and, once again, try and acquire Vladislav Gavrikov. Now, looking at his contract here, he's currently just under $6 million in the second year of his deal, and it's going to be 29 here. He's 29 right now and will be 29 come this offseason, 30 at the beginning of next season or during next season. So he is still of a perfect age as a defenseman in the NHL. Defenseman, is still kind of that older style defensive defenseman, but also has quite a bit of offense. He's not this Cale Makar style, this, Lane Hudson style. He's not one of those. He is a big guy, a big 6'3", 220 defenseman. Can play the body, can play the puck, can play defense, can play offense. He's just a well-rounded guy. But at this contract, the Bruins would be able to acquire him. But what this next contract could look like is something a lot of Bruins fans are very concerned about because of the price. And we're going to jump into that here right now. Now, there are a couple of variables here at play. Gavrikov's timing is far superior to Orlov. Comparing him to Dmitry Orlov in that contract, we know what kind of deal he got, a very, very expensive deal, but the NHL salary cap is projected to rise for the second consecutive summer with a chance of landing between a 94 and 97 million annual salary cap. That would be anywhere from 11 to 14 million more than when Orlov signed in Carolina. Does this all mean that Gavrikov is going to get 8 or 9 million in the open market? Hard to say, but it is possible. For that reason, if the Kings are keen on retaining Gavrikov, they must be aggressive in their potential pursuit of an in-season extension. All that said, here's the projection for Gavrikov's next deal. And going back for that, Gavrikov's projection was around 7 to 8 million, which is a very expensive deal for a guy like Vladislav Gavrikov, who, yes, still very good. A very, very solid defenseman. But when we're looking at that deal, the Bruins have some other needs to address before this. The defense right now could work. If you go Yoki Haru, Peak, and McAvoy on that right side, that will work. There's some Bruins prospects that can still make their way up, that can still crack a lineup, but making it so that they're not put into a scenario right away. They have that possibility of coming in. When you have a guy 9 million, that really eliminates that completely, which is a big thing I don't think the Bruins want to do, but at 8 or 9 million, that is a very expensive contract for the Bruins to make. They could do it, but as I mentioned, they have many other needs before that, and that, for me, at least, take Gavrikov off the table unless the price is going below. And, they dumped a lot of salary cap here, getting rid of Brandon Carlo, Brad Marchand, a lot of those guys that are making upwards of 4 to 5 to 6 million. So it would be possible, but there are other needs in the wingers, another center, possibly another depth defenseman apart from Vladislav Gavrikov, really sorts this out easier and in a much better financial state for the Boston Bruins. But with going all over all of this stuff here as well, when we're looking at Gavrikov's stats, there's no doubt he's a solid player. When we're looking at his, NHL career, 435 games, 135 points, almost at this season, almost got his point total in his career in the regular season, only beat up by 21-22 where he had 33 and 80, but it goes to show, he's not this offensive guy that we're expecting. He's put up some assists, not a goal scorer, can play quite a hefty time on ice. You see here this season, 23 minutes time on ice, has been playing very, very solid in the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of pursuit the Bruins go off of on this whole situation. Whether they do go for Gavrikov, whether they at least check in on the price, that would be the best option in my opinion, but there still is some interesting things to go off of and really try to keep this at a reasonable cap level and work from there. Because when we're looking at the Kings defense, they have some big names here, big prices, but they're a defensive team anyways, and having Gavrikov on that right side works out for them. So it's only going to be a matter of time until we see what the Bruins bring. But let me know what you think in the comments below about Vladislav Gavrikov. It is a bit concerning that price tag is that high and the Bruins were being linked to him. I hope the Bruins don't go out here and make this move because, if it does end up another Nikita Zadorov type signing, fans will not be happy. We will not be happy, and that's no doubt about it because that money is better off somewhere else. So let me know what you think in the comments below. That's all I got in this video. If you did enjoy, give it a like, hit the sub button as well. I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.